Well, where this attack happened so close to campus, we've got apartment buildings like University Towers and many other businesses along Clinch and 17th where investigators are looking at their security footage.
Roadblocks like this, maybe you haven't seen them before when you've come to Cades Cove, but they're here for a reason, because Boat Mountain Tunnel back there is getting some major rehabilitation work, something that hasn't happened since it was constructed in 1948. Traffic out here looks much different than it did a few hours ago. This is where students are not able to go. The doors are locked here at the Barker Learning Center. I'm outside of the emergency department here at UT Medical Center, and the big question all of us want to know is how Officer Wheat is doing today.
And you never want to leave food behind in your car. Just like driving your car, it's illegal to drive a boat with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher.
I've not ever seen a Star Wars movie, so we are learning as we go here. People were dressed in costumes, which, you know, that means that it is just out of this world, out of this galaxy.
Laura, just go ahead and stick your head inside one of those doors there and watch a little bit of the movie for us.
Laura said this is a big
We're going to
deal.
buy you the entire...
6 miles an hour. Okay. I'm really sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so these scooters can only go up to 15 miles per hour, but you actually get to control how fast you're going. There's a system to here and to here.
There we go.
Because in this job,
I had a lot of training.
there's no room for mistakes.
No?
This is a two-man patrol outside Newport Grammar.
He's my little partner. Just one day a few weeks ago, he just showed up on the corner of his yard here and started motioning traffic, helping me.
I think it's the most adorable thing.
But 4-year-old Officer Sawyer Shimming has zero tolerance for speeders.
Don't go too fast.
Don't go too fast. I don't want you arresting me.
And he's ready to call in backup.
Who are you?
Though he's an officer everyone wants to see.
To watch the parents come by just smiling and laughing and the kids just seeing it as well, I mean, it's something good.
There's a good reason this little boy is out here every day.
When they're driving, they can get their kids back home safely.
You could call this an internship.
I have asked him, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's a police officer, and sometimes he'll say on his days off, he will drive a dump truck.
I'm done. And for Officer Justin Vinson, hearing that his partner wants to be just like him.
That's the reason I do what I do. And, you know, each one of these kids are like my own.
I love it.
Today's shift, like most, went smoothly. But we all know the boys in blue are always on duty.
Call me on my radio in case you need me to put some bad boys
Put some
under.
bad boys away.
Yeah.
I'll call you on your radio if you need that.
Looking back at pictures from this weekend, it's not hard to feel.
Robbed and lost.
Devastated.
The Roberts family staying with their family out in Athens. That second-floor apartment was theirs.
Everything could be gone tomorrow. Well, that's what happened. Everything's gone.
While the Roberts say they're trying to figure everything out, property management for their apartment complex has given them guidelines on gathering their belongings.
That we have 2 hours
Tomorrow.
to get what we can carry out, and then it will be boarded up.
And no one
and
else can
no
help
one-
us.
No one else. We won't be allowed back in there.
I took specific questions to the Elmington property management team as to why these families are only getting 2 hours and why no one can assist. They replied, their first concern is for the privacy and well-being of their residents, adding that they're working with local authorities to ensure all actions are safe and in line of policies and codes.
They're trying to cover themselves because they don't want injuries. I understand that. I work in the medical field and I know how rules are. But they have to realize this is everything we own.
The Roberts say they're simply wanting more time.
A washer and dryer we hadn't even had for a year. Well, it'll take, 30 minutes to an hour just to get that out. And I would just like to have the time to get the rest of our stuff.
300 cameras are at the fingertips of dispatchers in Union County. With a They can see inside every school.
Oh, this is such an awesome tool.
For roughly 7 years, the E911 Center has been connected to the school system security cameras on a protected, closed network.
It gives us the capability of finding trouble when it comes to the school, or, you know, if we do have some kind of active shooter or emergency situation, you know, dispatch can direct our units on the ground, you know, where that person's at, where we need to respond to.
They can see what's happening in real time in doorways, hallways, and throughout the school. The sheriff's office saying it's an added layer of protection and prevention.
They've had drills about guiding the police around the schools, practicing so that they're familiar and can lead the officers around in the schools.
Now that there's an SRO in every Union County school, they have an app on their phone to watch the live feed.
If they're out back doing a patrol of the back of the school, they can pull out their phone and keep an eye on the front of the school. If anything happens, an alarm goes off, it goes off on their phones to where they can immediately respond to it.
UCSO saying this capability cuts down on response time.
Especially if you knew a threat was coming before it actually entered the school.
The system also helps with break-ins and burglaries.
And our parking lot cameras have night vision, so they can record at night if anything happens.
Parents saying this kind of connection comes with peace of mind.
I'm glad they got them like that and everything. That way that the 911 service knows what's going on in case something does happen and everything. These days and times, you never know.
In Maynardville, Laura Halm, WATE 6 on your side.